Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
Yeah, man, now Move Nation. Now, welcome to the channel. Yeah, man, Jaden Chase, and I want to bring another reasoning on the topic of current affairs. So, if you're new to the channel, just a pass through, but to find the reason insightful, well, I'm suggesting that you click the subscribe icon and then put a like on the video. Now, let's get right into the reasoning. Now, Nation, Parliament has become a battleground as the members of Parliament clashed over the Disaster Risk Management Act. The opposition also exposed that these protocols put in place by the government have been edited to benefit the rich and wealthy of the Jamaican country, and on the other hand has made survival twice as hard for the poor and hard-working citizens of the Jamaican nation. Now, in light of the recent scandal faced by the government, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey said amendments were made to the act, and this was done basically to pervert the course of justice, as it was done to stop the investigation into Floyd Green. And the Deputy Commissioner of Police stated that based on the amendment of the law, if the ministers want to go play football, that's what the amendment allows. These laws being put into place by the Andrew Holness-led administration is an insult to the Jamaican citizens. As a matter of fact, Bountin said it highlights the double standard in society, something that we have always spoken of. We have seen the double standard in the justice system, where the rich and the wealthy have never actually faced justice for their crimes, even crimes that have garnered public attention. X6, Kentucky Kid, things of that nature. Now, Bountin also referenced statements made by Fitz Bailey, who sought to explain the recent amendment of the DRMA, which removes the requirement for exempt people to only move on lockdown days in the course of their duties. And Bountin stated that the comments made by the JCF are of course a cause for concern, as the government has continued to put the Jamaica Constabulary Force into difficult situations. Bountin also stated that the most effective way to destroy all respect for the rule of law is to make it obvious that the law will only be applied to the poor and the powerless of any country that those laws are passed. He stated, if the elite in this country are filmed boasting about their immunity from the law, and that was basically what was seen in the footage. And the fact say the government got out of them way for amend the law even after he chose to resign. Remember, the agriculture minister chose to resign, but seeing that other members of the same government were not following the laws put in place by the government, they saw it fit to amend the act and allowing these individuals to also use their place in office to bend the law to their will, and then have officers out there enforcing the laws that our elite refuse to follow. Have police officers enforcing these laws on the citizens. Bountin further went on to say, the people can see that our society is deeply unequal, which is true. He said we cannot then expect them to behave like decent citizens when they can see that their leaders are mocking them. And this also does something for the security forces nation. Think about it. As stated, all of these things have happened right before the eyes of the people. Heavily documented in the tabloids, heavily documented on social media. When the JCF are now out and about in their duties, enforcing these laws that we have seen elected officials breaking without receiving punishment, because he chose to resign. That was not him receiving punishment. That was him making the best decision for him going forward. The investigation that was being conducted by the Jamaica Constabulary Force has now been scrapped, as there's an amendment to the law, and it has affected his case, even though He breached the law before the amendment was made. It's definitely something the government need to address, nation. And the fact that the Jamaica Constabulary Force have said that they're also concerned about the way the government is editing and tweaking these laws put in place. And the fact that they have the police force enforcing these protocols, even though there is no clear description of what their duties are, because if them here say no movement, bad enough out. And when them go out there and go in the streets, the people them find out there are elected officials breaking the law. Recently, remember when Member of Parliament for Wallaba did found out and say he was exempt. That was even before the amendment was made. So it was almost like it was a thought. They just imagined that, well, the laws being put in place couldn't actually be for lawmakers. While the law enforcers did say no, to all that it was given to us, we should enforce the law right across the board. Things have changed. We have seen more arrests being made for protocol violations in inner city communities and city centers than we have seen for violations taking place in other parts of the island, quote unquote, the uptown section of the island. And this is the double standard in the law and in the society that the people have continuously spoken of. We see it in the justice system. We see it to the point where people just assume that the justice system is not for the common man or woman, for that fact. And it is clear the laws of the land only favor the ruling elite. And with the amendment being made to this current protocol, I agree with the opposition in saying that the entire bill, the entire act must be reviewed. And remember, opposition members are listed on that list as well. All members of parliament are now exempt. So even though Bunting is stating this, he's also exempt as well. But think about it from the perspective, the point of view of the citizens, the people who elect these people to parliament. How dare them write legislation into law and have it favor one set and not the other? This is something that seeks to create another divide between citizens and security force members. And even though you can see it on every police war when they pass, serve and protect, it was exposed by Bunting as well that the Jamaica Constabulary Force was created a century ago not to protect people, but rather to protect property and state interests. And even though we are in the 21st century, it is clear with the laws given to them by Parliament to enforce, little to nothing has changed. Officers still see the big Mercedes Benz and the Honda, and I say, alright, we're gonna pull over the Honda. We're not gonna bother ramp with the big Benz. The AMG, the GLE, we're gonna leave them alone. But the Honda, the Toyota, the Yaris, the Altis, the Tida and the Mark X, them, we're gonna stop them there hard. In court matters involving the rich elite, it's almost like from them get the right lawyer. And the right lawyer represent them case. Once them cases brought before the judge, and yes, when there are cases at court and an individual is being represented by a regular lawyer and the other individual is being represented by a Queen's Counsel, I don't know if I link on connections, but it has been stated that the Queen's Counsel case must go first. That alone will show you the double standard. It starts from right there. It starts from right there. Talk to me in the comment section. If I said one called Jaden Chase, the answer correspondent, Gaza representative. I said remind you know if you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through. But you like the reason and of course you like the point of view. Well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here upon the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reasoning. Join the discussion in the comment section. Zoom 24/7, never lucky yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there. And we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. You know the sentiments, and for those who don't, yeah man, our move settings fam. And no, we don't need no ladder. And my sentiments for you and yours is of course for to live, love, and prosper. And stay tuned until we reason again.